This world is out of balance. Spirits grow restless.
I am reborn again and again. I am the will of the Emperor. I am Death's hand.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Oops. No game. Give this one. I think we're heading to the capital this time.
In the past, I've shared the company of others that moved outside traditional paths. But this band of folks is by far the most exotic.
You looked at me as you said that. What are you trying to say, Sky?
Actually, you took it the wrong way around. You seem a bit more conventional than, say, Wildflower or Zoo.
The Guardian says that everyone hides a part of themselves, that they don't always look like what they really are.
Deep. So we can assume Sky is hiding the part that doesn't ram its foot into its mouth.
I certainly hope that part's in there somewhere.
Look, I didn't mean to say... Anyway, I meant no offense to anyone, and I'll just leave it at that.
Too late, Sky. Let's chat to the big guy. Can we target him? There we go.
What? What do you want?
What did you do before you were Lord
Why does it
Green?
matter? I was born by my mother and sucked at her teeth like every man. Well, like every man does with his mother. Anyway, by the time I was old enough to swing an axe, my father was dead and my mother disowned him. Of course, killing my father might have given her reason.
Maybe.
I think she did it out of shame. My father beat me and my brother senseless, and made our lives miserable. Either way, that was the end of my childhood.
What did you do then?
I traveled a lot after that, begging for some things and taking the rest. Tough times, but not the worst. My axes and my wits kept me alive.
That must have been very difficult.
You'd think a 7-year-old might be an easy target, but I soon learned just where to cut a man to make him squeal like a pig. Ah, those were the days.
What do you think about our current situation?
What are you asking me for? You've got everything you need to make that flying machine go. So, let's go already.
Right then.
I'm looking forward to getting to the Imperial City. They've got the cheapest wine in all the Empire, and plenty of it.
Sounds good. Let's go then. Just talk to this guy.
That's it! You have everything you need. Just let me know when you want to go and we'll set the marvelous dragonfly to flight.
Let's go.
Good, good! My beautiful dragonfly will finally get a real test. Let's hope those modifications hold up.
Fingers crossed. Let's go attack. Okay, clicked out the box for a second. That's our shield. Didn't use that last time. Go. Quite easy those ones, aren't they? We get a bit harder later though. Here we are, the Imperial City.
Have you seen anyone matching the description? The Lotus Assassins are getting impatient.
They were very vague and wouldn't answer my questions. Are they even sure of who they are looking for?
Does it matter? Death's Hand himself seeks this one. Do you need any more incentive than that? Just question everyone. This person apparently caused a lot of damage in the south. Here, what about this one? At least it's a woman, like I said. You, identify yourself.
By order of the Emperor and the Lotus Assassins, state your name and purpose for being in the Imperial City.
I'm Shameless J.
We are questioning everyone who
traveler.
has arrived in the city recently. You bear a resemblance to someone we are looking for.
I don't know. The hair may be similar, as are the wrapped hands and the reddish clothes. It's not enough to be sure.
We could hold her anyway. It's not a good match, but the Lotus Assassins would leave us be for a few days while they question her.
Is there a problem here, Captain? Well, is there?
Oh my god, it's her.
No, Princess Leanne. We were questioning this traveler by order of the Lotus Assassins.
There is no need to pursue this questioning any further. You may go.
My apologies, Princess, but I was ordered to detain anyone even vaguely matching.
Captain, this woman is here on a personal matter of mine that does not concern you. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Princess Leanne.
Then unless you wish to be transferred to the wall, you will leave and continue your search. Well, we meet again. I've watched your progress. It seems I underestimated you in Tian's Landing.
Just a bit.
I have no doubt that you will make as much of an impact on the Imperial City.
How do I do this?
I understand. Our last meeting was under interesting circumstances. You may address me as Princess Leanne, the Heavenly Lily. It is, as you can see, customary to bow in my presence.
Of course.
Somehow I did not expect you to kowtow so quickly. Or maybe I just hoped you wouldn't. I get so tired of fawning servants.
Oh dear.
That is why I often travel without official escort and occasionally present myself as someone less bridled by the rules of the court. You understand why I don't go into detail here in the street, don't you? With what I have to tell you, I don't want to lose that option of disguise.
Should we talk elsewhere?
That would be best. I trust the servants I keep, but this is best discussed away from the open street.
Okay. At your convenience.
Very well. We will continue speaking later. I'm sure we both have questions that need answering. Don't be too long. My message concerns your master, and time is very important.
Okay.
It would not have been proper for her to award it to you herself, but Princess Sun Lian requests that you accept this gift. She looks forward to your next meeting.
What have we got? Imperial favour. So the camera's buggered up again. Yep, alright, let's save and reload. That's better. Right, let's have a look what we got. Hero favour. What can we replace? Like all those, let's leave them as they are. Who's this?
What a wondrous flyer you have. You don't see any of that design about the city. Since they became more common among the nobles, flyers have been fascinating to me. Allow me to officially welcome you to the Imperial City. I am Bai, the Outcrier, and I am here to direct you around our illustrious capital if you have any questions at all.
Thank you.
It would be an honor to say that I aided someone who was greeted by Princess Sun Lian herself.
What's happening in the city?
There's almost always something happening in the city. There's Captain Sen, of course, standing guard at the gates out of the city. Word has it the captain has some bounties. Rich rewards for those who can track down some wanted criminals.
Anything else?
You must know about the Imperial Arena. Kui, the promoter, is always looking for skilled fighters to participate in his matches. It's this huge building right here.
Anything else?
There's word from the Scholars' Garden that some strange outlander has taken up residence there, causing quite the ruckus, as barbarians typically do.
Is that all you have?
There's a rumor floating around that the Black Leopard School has been having some difficulties recently, feuding masters, that sort of thing. The Black Leopard School lies across the waterway and up the grassy path, if you're curious.
Okay. Any other word?
Word has it there's going to be a new play happening sometime soon in the Golden Way district, over at the large pagoda on the left side of the road. It might not be ready to start yet, but it's certainly worth keeping an eye out for.
Anything else?
That's all I can think of right now.
That's plenty. I'll be back later if I have more
questions. A pleasure to be of
questions.
service. Enjoy your stay here.
Thank you. Let's let's go this way. Down here. There's guards. Oh, vase. Smash that. Bit more silver. Let's do the arena a bit later. Let's explore around a bit first. Get our bearings. Got a gem. Not like mind 4. Not too bad, not that great.
Ok, we will offer. San Kasawir will see.
Yes, we've seen loads. Ghosts everywhere. Across here? Did everything we can. What's this one like? It's fine, don't need that. Gender?
Excuse me, out of my way. I gotta get these bunks to the Scholars' Garden quick. Now move.
I'm very sorry. Please accept my heartfelt apologies. My husband has the manners of a strutting cock sometimes.
I
Quite
seem to
alright.
recall you rather enjoyed my strutting at one time, old woman.
Just now, you offend the gods of decency. This poor traveler's likely to think that the Imperial City is full of indecent folk and offensive talk.
I already think that. Too late.
Now then, after all the trouble we've caused you, is there anything we can help you with? We've got fresh buns. Just made them myself.
I'd buy a bun if I could cram it down your yapping maw.
My yapping... Ugh. You're fortunate my wife is here, or I'd show you a thing.
Don't bother, husband. This ruffian isn't worth your time and effort. Let's be on our way. We have...
Okay. What's up here?
Good day, citizen. Some minor thing I can help you with?
You only help with minor things?
It's the Honorable Lotus Assassins, you see. They feel that those of us dedicated to the Imperial Army are nothing more than louts to be ordered about. Any member of the army, even city guard, is expected to defer any major disturbances to them. Makes me about as useful as a lamppost.
Not a very talkative one though. That's fine.
Be about your business and stay out of trouble.
Yeah. Go up here. Through here? Check out this school.
Do you really think we'll find Second Brother here in the city?
Why ask me? I don't even want to be here. Second Brother probably decided he didn't want to listen to Master Radiant anymore and left to get some peace.
Never! Second Brother is devoted to Master Radiant. If anything, I suspect Master Smiling Hawk had something to do with his disappearance.
What? You dare accuse Master Smiling Hawk?
Quiet, you worms. You're here to look for Second Brother, not bicker like school children. Now get moving.
Alright then.
A school of...
You're a fool if you believe what Master Smiling Hawk teaches. Brute force is not always the best way to win a battle.
Oh, and Master Radiant's ways are better? I don't think so. Brute force is the only way to get what you want, and I can prove it.
How?
I'll show you. Hey you! What do you think you're doing here? Get out of here or we'll throw you out!
Careful what you say. Might get you into trouble.
I'm not the one in trouble here. We outnumber you, in case you haven't noticed.
I had noticed
now,
that.
How about you just turn yourself around before you get hurt?
Looking forward to this. Let's
Only
go.
a fool looks forward to a beating. Come on, let's teach our visitor some respect.
Longsword!
God. Get out of the way a bit. Let's burn him a bit. There you go.
Peace, third brother. That is no way to treat a guest. Enough. Leave us, third brother, before you disgrace the school and yourself, and take these novices with you.
Ha.
I'm very sorry about that. We are not accustomed to having visitors. My name is First Brother Kai. Welcome to the Black Leopard School.
Greetings to you two. I apologise for causing problems.
No, nothing more than usual. Normally this kind of thing would never happen. I would not normally ask, but would you be interested in joining our school? It would be an honor to have someone of your...
Yeah, go on then.
Excellent. I must speak with the masters on your behalf. They are the final judge of such matters. Wait here. Good news. Master Radiant agreed to let you
That was
join.
easy.
A rare honor indeed. In fact, he would like to meet with you once you have proven yourself. First, however, Master Radiant wants to ensure that your fight against the novices was not just luck. You must now defeat each of the brothers here at the school.
Sounds reasonable.
Good. A positive attitude
guess.
will win you many fights before you even begin. Sixth brother is the least skilled, so you will start with him. Work your way to third brother. If you succeed against him, You will then challenge me.
Okay. What about second brother?
Second brother is not here. For now, you must face only third brother and myself, after you've defeated the other brothers. I must be honest with you. I believe Master Radiant has a plan in allowing you to join us. As you may have heard, there are 2 masters at this school. Master Radiant and I have tried for some time to temper Master Smiling Hawk's ways. He is cunning and ruthless, and has little regard for students. Normally I wouldn't speak openly about such things, but you are new, and your skill will draw his attention. Be careful. Master Smiling Hawk is a dangerous man.
We'll be careful.
Good. You'll need to speak with each of the brothers and ask them to fight with you. I'm sure they'll be more than eager to oblige. Once you've defeated all the brothers, come and see me. Good luck.
Thank you. Right, let's go and find them. 6th brother, there he is.
So you're the one who was challenging our novices earlier. That might impress Master Radiant, but it won't get you noticed by Master Smiling Hawk. I'm 6th brother Gao Shan. If you think you can defeat a disciple of Master Smiling Hawk, challenge me. I assure you, I'm much tougher than the novices.
Mm-hmm. Let's fight then.
Alright, follow me.
This is it!
There we go.
That was lucky. I'll be ready for you next time.
Maybe not. Right. We need 5th brother now. Where's he gonna be? Here somewhere? Oops.
You filthy little swine! Look what you've done! Do you think I have nothing better to do than to clean up after you pigs all day long?
Yes, mistress. I mean, no, mistress.
Get out! Get out of here before I break your skull open, you little rat!
By me. She's not in a good mood.
Now that's a woman! I wouldn't mind taking a beating from her myself.
I don't think she'd be your type.
Now don't go getting jealous. You're a fine fighter and a good friend, but I have no interest in you. But her? What a woman.
That's too bad, but you must follow your heart.
I'm glad we understand each other. Look, here she comes.
This isn't a public restaurant. We only serve the students here. You'll have to go back to the city if you're hungry.
Don't mind us, mistress. We just wanted to know how you came about your beautiful name. It seems so fitting.
Don't patronize me, you overgrown tree stump. I had a beautiful singing voice, but it was ruined during a freak costume incident during an opera I was performing.
Still a beautiful name.
Don't flatter me. I've had enough of that throughout my life. I once sang for the Emperor himself. I may not have my voice, but I still have my dignity.
Oh, that's really too bad, mistress. I would enjoy hearing you sing, perhaps over a bowl of wine sometime?
I'd rather be dipped in boiling oil and fed to cannibals. Now get out of my dining hall. I have work to do.
Can I ask you some questions?
Questions about what? Go ask your teacher if you have questions.
What do you know about the Masters?
Masters? Ha! I'm the only master of this school. Those other two hide in their rooms all day long doing who knows what. How can you be master of anything when you never participate? It's unnatural. Of course, it wasn't always that way, or at least that's what I've heard. There was only one master once. Makes sense to me. Too many cooks in the kitchen, as I always say.
Okay.
Good.
Let's get going.
I have
Third brother?
And
And the others. Through here, maybe? Nope. Okay, fifth brother.
You must be the new student. I'm fifth brother Shang Jin. There's been quite a stir regarding your entry into the school. Most unorthodox. It would seem Master Radiant is up to his tricks again. Regardless, you've defeated sixth brother, so we can spar. Would you care to try your skills against mine?
Yes, please.
Good. Follow me.
Another one done. Let's go and get fourth brother. Was he in the dining room? Can't remember now. That's third, okay. Fourth brother, here we go. Hello.
Hello, my name is fourth brother Yu, and you must be the new prodigy. First brother told us to watch out for you. He said that you're very talented.
Thank you.
Since you've defeated fifth brother, perhaps you'd let me decide just how talented you are. Care for a match?
Let's fight.
Let's go then.
They go down quick, these guys, don't they?
Very impressive. I can see the masters were right to let you train with us. Well, thank you for the fight.
You're welcome.
Okir okun wan pifir ir witiwik, ir wosa ir sonkut.
I'm sure you're very skilled, third brother.
Ok ni gua ir kwa an ir nawara irok, wosa ir tatat.
Let's meet him then.
Sata asoni wok wakir fonir non.
Thank you, third brother, that is all. You are dismissed.
Sata kwa air noroki ir tana.
So, you are the new student I have heard so much about. Rarely does someone so young display the ability that you have shown. I noticed that you did not come from one of our usual schools. Do you mind if I ask you who your real master is?
Master Lee of Two Rivers.
I don't think I've heard of him. Nevertheless, he obviously taught you well.
He did quite well.
You have talent. And with second brother's death, we have need of a new brother.
What happened to him?
I asked him to do something for me. He refused.
Oh.
Let me be blunt. Master Radiant is holding this school back. He's holding me back. Radiant is weak. He follows the way of harmony. His methods are slow and pitiful. This school belongs to me. I want Master Radiant removed, and you're the one to do it. You have certain abilities that will enable you to defeat my rival.
Sure. Want to get third brother to do it.
Ha! I cannot deal with Radiant. And third brother is nowhere near as powerful as I am. No, you have something that neither of us have. I can sense it. You are the only one here capable of defeating Master Radiant. And rest assured, I will reward you extremely well for ridding me of him. To begin with, you'll have to deal with first brother Kai. Destroy him, and you'll only be left with Radiant. But together, they would be too powerful.
What do I get in return?
Do as I ask, and I will teach you things that no one else can. I also have a few rare items that should appeal to you. Simply kill First Brother and Master Radiant. The task is straightforward.
You won't get any help from me.
You are a fool! You could have had everything. Instead, you will not survive your match with Third Brother. I will see to it. Now get out!
Okay, you turn quick. Where's third brother? Here. Save quickly. Okay. Your talk is cheap.
Let's
see if he's any good. We haven't leveled up either. go.
Oh no you. Oh no you.
I'll stop whinging.
Do not disgrace yourself further, third brother. Accept your defeat and learn from it. That was
Angry.
quite a match. I've never seen third brother Rinshan fight that well, and yet you still beat him.
He was easy to defeat.
It certainly didn't look easy from where I was standing, but nevertheless, you did beat him. Master Radiant was sure you would prevail. He asked me to bring you to him once you defeated third brother. You won't have to test yourself against me after all. Come, let's go see him. He is anxious to speak with you.
Okay. Okay. So you're dead. Yeah, how did that happen?
Master, I never...
Oops. Dangerous path to tread. Not I didn't intend to be this thing.
Nararo, na pirapirni, nik takatashi. Yukut ni kung uno sa son kudnoka ukyorir. Irkana, unikasurir kwananoka sa iriruru.
What a shameless act.
Ipaner nuku iwa ir, nikasanarir, iruru ninua sa irkana. Sata tawa ir, wanawa kuno sukut nia awafawa ir sutok. Ikirnik tina piru, wo iperek uk sun puno.
So how can I stop him?
Wo sun puno no, yapapap nasia wir sa ye wooth.
So we've heard.
Nabadi irovir, kuni uk nawata ir. Nararo, na pirapirni, nik takatashi.
Or destroy Smiling Hole.
Odo yui wa kitsu sa iroko wa shosi. Sa ir yakowak, kokonato siri panoneniko.
Okay, let's level up first. Get that, and get that up to 40 as well. And level up our sword a bit more. That's that fully done. And what else do we want to do? Fire Flame a bit as well. Or Spirit Thief. Let's do this one. Get that. Okay, and that'll do for now. Let's save that other point. Quick save. And these up before we forget. This is this guy's room. What should I look up here first? Roll. That's it. Okay. Put down. And through here.
I should have killed you sooner. You had such promise, but in the end you were just like second brother. Soon you will share his fate as well.
Why do you hate Radiant so much?
Radiant is dead. His time has passed. Now is the time for the living. Help me destroy him and I will make this school more powerful than ever before. Now you see why I need you. You have the power to deal death to the spirits, to Radiant. I will give you one chance to change your mind. Now that you have seen what Radiant truly is, help me remove him and I will reward you.
You're crazy to think I'd join you.
I liked you, and I had so hoped we could come to some sort of agreement. But I suppose that just won't work.
Okay. I mean, stronger start.
Now I will give you a demonstration of true skill. Unfortunately, you won't be around long enough to learn from it. No, third brother. I have a much better use for you.
Oh, that's not very nice, is it?
Now we will finish this.
Full health again. There we go.
You killed him!
Yep. He chose his fate.
What? No! First Brother sent me to find you. He was worried Master Smiling Hawk's followers might overwhelm you. I can see that isn't the case. Master Radiant and First Brother are waiting for you. I'll go tell them that you survived.
Thanks.
Master, why must you leave? I still have so much to learn from you, and we need a strong master to rebuild the school.
Congratulations, First Brother.
Thank you. If it wasn't for you, well, this never would have happened. It seems to me that you're the one who should receive this honor.
That's okay, I don't really want to be a master. Yeah, go on. Teach me what you can.
I would speak with you alone, Master Radiant, before you go. If you wait outside, I will join you in a minute. I have something I would like to offer you, and thanks for your help.
Okay, good luck. Paralyzing palm.
There you
Quite good.
are. Master Radiant has gone, and I'm left to lead this school on my own. I'll miss him very much, but at least we are rid of Smiling Hawk. I wanted to thank you for all you've done, but I also wanted to show you some items that belong to Master Smiling Hawk. I thought you might find something of interest.
I'm glad I could help.
You're welcome to visit the school and spar with us whenever you like. The students need someone like you to knock some sense into them from time to time.
I should go.
And I should get back to the students. There's so much I need to do, I barely know where to begin. Thank you again for everything.
You're welcome. Okay, there's a gem. What's this one? 910. That's quite good actually. What can we get rid of? Maybe the bronze tongue and get that one instead. That do. Exit and save. Let's get the paralyzing palm on here as well and give it a try. Perfect. Let's carry on our adventure. Blacksmith, right here.
Welcome, welcome. Someone from the Black Leopard School sent you. No, I suppose you don't quite look like one of their students. Well, no matter. If you're looking for weapons, I have quite a good selection and reasonable rates. Would you like to see what I have for sale?
Let's have a look.
Here you go. There's quite a lot, so take your time.
Dragon sword. Get this. Get that, we might need it for something. And the warrior's dragon sword, I mean. I don't know if that just replaces our sword or not. Look. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Upgraded it a bit. Seven. 2 silver. In here, nothing. Not this way. Golden Way.
I wonder if the princess used to play in the streets when she was little.
I wonder that too.
Hold on there. This way leads into the necropolis, a dangerous area. You shouldn't go in there unless you have some business there.
What's wrong with it in there?
Ghosts have been rising up everywhere in the Empire, I've heard. So many have come up in the necropolis that it just isn't safe anymore. It would take an army of us to clear them out. If we could do it at all. We can't even safely post a guard in there. We just warn people away. The Lotus Assassins want everyone kept away as well. First time I've heard of them being altruistic.
When did this start?
Things have been bad over the past few, say 5 years. No one has any idea why so many of the dead refuse to return to the Wheel of Life peacefully. All we know for sure is that they're not happy.
Thanks for the warning.
I'd hate to see a pretty lady like you get hurt. If you're going in there, just watch your back.
Thank you. Let's quickly save. Have a quick look. Let's go back. Damn it. There we go. Who's this? Kill. Jeez, that sounds massive. Use it on these guys. Like, let's use the paralyzing palm. Immune to that too. Let's go for fire. Okay. God. Jesus. Oh, there's some this over here. There we go.
Spirit beast.
There we go. Get a bit close there.
Well, stranger, you have some spirit to you. You fight like a demon. Those poor lost souls didn't stand a chance against. I could use the skills of a woman like you. Normally, I don't think much of a woman in my line of work, but I think you can help me with a problem I've been having. My name is Shen. I'm the first gravedigger here. It's my job to look over the necropolis and make sure all the peaceful souls are laid to rest.
What do you want?
I've got to dig the holes, fill them, and balance the books and everything. Nice, proper burials. But now, with all these ghosts rising again, I've got problems. No one seems to want to stay dead, and I can't go refunding all the burial money to all the families of the ghosts now. I can't afford it. So, I just want you to do a little job for me. Nothing hard. Just put the ghosts back where they belong. Quiet them down a bit.
I'm sure we can manage that.
Well, there'll be a little bit in it for you as well, don't worry. Can't have you going away empty-handed now, can we? So, what do you say?
I'll do it.
Great! Now those ghosts will know who's boss around here. They just bring themselves back up as fast as I can put them in. I'll give you a reward for any ghosts you take care of. You can make good money that way. There are 3 main ghosts to deal with. Miss Chan, Merchant Bai, and Mr. Ren. I'll give you a reward for each, of course. I know a bit about them, but not that much. If you need a little something to give you an extra edge, I'm sure I can part with some trinkets I've found. I mean, it's not like they'll need them anymore.
That's true. Let me see what you're stealing. Selling.
Well, you know, a few things here and there. They just sort of fall into my hands. They don't need them anymore.
Let's see what we got. No. Okay. Oh crap. Let's sell one. That one. And let's sell that one as well.
If you need to find me again, I'll be at my house down the road.
Okay. Let's kill some ghosts. Dismissed.
Spirit beast.
And steal some more mana.
Direflame. I am a master.
There you go. Let's carry on this way. Let's quickly save again. Five silver. Down here. This large gates. Let's heal up a bit. Get one of these fonts. And let's go in here. We can? No, we can't. What is this place? Tomb. Carry on exploring. Locked as well. This one.
No, no, we can't allow that to happen. It would be too much to bear. But this poor wretch isn't much good either. No, not at all. But what else is there? What else is there? Work, damn you, work! Huh? What do you want? You can't have me, corpse. Not yet.
I'm Shameless J and I'm not dead.
You're not dead.
Nope.
I'm sorry, I just panicked. I thought you were some spirit here for revenge.
Revenge for what?
Ah, well, my work, you see, while very important, may upset some of those spirits not fully at peace.
What are you doing here?
I am conducting my research. I am a doctor by trade, studying the internals of the body and the energies that drive it. But lately, I have come on hard times. My daughter, Wen Siwei, has fallen ill, and nothing in my previous training could help me with what ails her. Her liver has been rotted from within, corrupted by some energy I have never encountered before.
Okay, she's dying then.
That is what I fear. Her liver has been corrupted, and now her body no longer responds well. Without my efforts, she would be dead already. I could not stand the possibility of her loss, so I took matters into my own hands. I researched the workings of the body and the spirit, as well as the lore of the creatures that live beyond death. I believe I have found a way to save my daughter, but I have not been successful in my efforts.
What do you have to do?
I have found a way to strengthen, no, to replace the corrupt flesh of one living creature with that of another. Through the energies of the earth and by the divine will of heaven, her body can be made to accept the organ as if it were a part of her. She can be given a new life. But these cursed, wretched corpses do nothing for me. They are too old, too dead. Their organs are rotted beyond repair, even the ones recently buried. I need something else, something more. Either one that is perfectly preserved or one that is fresh. Her time is drawing near. If I cannot get a new organ for her soon, I fear it may be too late.
You want me to find you a liver?
I need a liver that has been perfectly preserved. Even a short time after death, the flesh begins to decay. Only a few rare bodies are truly well preserved. I have tried all the organs I could find, but none work. A nobleman here, Jizin, had his body preserved well enough and buried in this graveyard, but his corpse has moved.
I'll find him for you.
Thank you. Whatever I can give you in reward, I will. Please hurry. The nobleman was buried in one of the larger tower tombs closer to the entrance. I tried to enter, but his corpse had risen, covered in the protective wrappings he was buried in. I would not have survived. Please, get the liver from him quickly.
Right then, anything else to get here? A scroll. And what's this? Monk gem. No, that's not great, is it? Let's carry on exploring.
Where is my baby? My baby, please, where is he? Where has Shen taken him?
You Miss Chan?
Yes. If you know me, then you must know the pain I feel. My baby! That monster Shen has taken him from me. He was only a few moments old when that vile man took him from me, ripped him from my arms and carried him away. Please find my baby. Bring him back to me. Let me know how he's doing.
Was your baby a boy?
Yes, my darling little boy. He was so pretty when he was born, and so quiet too. His blue little face. Please, you have to help me find him. Shen must know where he is. That abominable little man took him from me. Kill him, torture him, whatever you need. Just find my baby.
I'll speak with him.
Find that hideous little man and bring the truth out of him however you can.
What's down here? Anything here? Just a nice view. Let's go. What's this place? Okay. Can't open that yet. Head back this way. Let's talk to this guy.
Why can't I die?
Nope.
You. What do you want? Have you come to torture me more? Have you come to see me suffer here unavenged? No one cries for Merchant Bai.
You are Merchant Bai?
You know of me? You've heard about the pains I suffered in life, and this continued torment I have to endure in death?
What's bothering you?
You.
Other than being dead.
You can understand? You don't run in terror like the rest. Instead, you talk to me. Perhaps you can help. I was a merchant in life. Not a rich one, but I made enough to survive. I sold mostly to the poorer sections of the city. My goods weren't the finest, but they were practical. At the time, there were a pair of brothers, Seat Su and Si Ran, who were the terror of the streets. They extorted money and goods from everyone. They tried to extort from me.
So they killed you?
When I wouldn't give them what they wanted, they decided to make an example of me. They killed me and mutilated me, and left me dead in that alley. They terrorized the city for weeks after that, but they were finally run down. That might have been where it ended, just as done, but it wasn't. They were buried here, with me. Their deaths, execution by beheading, were harsh enough that they have risen again. My spirit cannot rest quiet with them here. Even now in death, they mock me and torment me as they did in my final moments of life. They drive me mad.
If I help, will you rest peacefully?
Yes, yes! If my killers are at least removed from this world, their spirits will no longer torment me. You must find a way to defeat them and drive them from this place.
Okay.
They were common criminals, so they were not given a normal burial. They were dumped in a communal grave underground to the south. I'm sure you can find them. Thank you, stranger. If you can truly help me, if you do, I'll show you something that even Shen hasn't found yet.
Okay, sounds like a good deal. What's up here? Not much so far. Scroll stand. The unfinished tomb. In here. No, not much. Okay. Back out we go. Maybe later in the game, something there. It's down here. There we go. Then dealt with. Grab this, get up a little bit, and we go in here. There they are.
Ah, look who has come to see us. A mortal, then? Shall we feast, brother?
Yes. I've always wanted to taste a woman like this. Such fine quality. Her screams will mean so much to me.
It's a compliment there somewhere, I suppose. Back off a bit.
You'll never win. Spirit beat.
That's him taken care of. What's in here? 6 cents. The trap. Ooh. Another one of those. Have a look. What are these two like? That's quite good. Yeah. Need more slots. What's the traps in here? That's everything. Special. More. A bit closer. Grab that, and this.
That's much better.
Here we go.
I'll have her head!
That cheating, lying sow, sullying the Ren name and dragging it in the dirt like this, putting me in the dirt. Ren Fang, if I ever get my claws on you, I'll leave you a stinking, bloated corpse.
You must be Mr. Ren.
You've heard of me? What do you know? What do you want here? I have no time for idiots who only want to rob my grave.
You're dead. What do you need time for?
I need time for revenge. Revenge on that treacherous, conniving woman who put poison in my food and left me to die. When I get my hands on her...
Did let the past go?
How can I let the past go when my very reason for existing in this world still is her? She was everything to me in life, and is so in death as well.
I could find your wife for you.
Find her. Bring her to me. Let me kill her and draw the last agonizing breaths from her body, and you will have my eternal gratitude. Most likely, she's still at our old home. It's in the market district near the entrance to the Black Leopard School. Find her and bring her to me.
Okay. Gravestone. Let's read one of the inscriptions. Is that it? Okay. Back here now. Should we use this? Oops. Came out of nowhere. Yeah, I've already read that. Right way. Yeah. He's down here somewhere. This house, I think. Yeah, there we go. Oops.
Haven't you killed it yet? I can't do anything without my tools. I can't get you your reward for anything else either till it's gone.
Yeah. Got a gem. I'll find that woman's son somewhere.
Die quietly!
The trap. This? No. You knew that ghost?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. She was my mother-in-law. Never once in her life did she say a kind word to me, and now she tried to keep at me even in death. You got what you deserved! Do you hear me? You deserved it! But any good job deserves a reward, of course. Here you go. She had some nice things in her grave, too. Since she's gone, I guess she won't be keeping me from them anymore.
Guess not. You're married, are you?
Ugly people need love, too.
That's true. Mournful soul. You talk to me
The
about the baby.
grave-digging business sure is a killer. What do you need?
See what you're selling first. I know we've already seen it, haven't we? I'll get something later. Talk about the ghosts.
What?
Miss Chan.
Ah, Miss Chan. A tragedy, really, and one that happens all too often. It's always the pretty ones who go. She died in childbirth, and the baby died with her. Her family put her in the family plot along with her son. She came up again recently, looking for revenge on me. She seems to think that I killed her baby, or took it, or something. Maybe she saw me take away the body, but she won't believe me. That's valuable retail space over there.
What do you know about the baby?
Her baby? Not much. It's in one of the plots there, I'm sure. You can find it if you look. It was a long time ago. I don't even remember what its name was. But it was short, I know that. Definitely less than 3 words. But, sorry, that's really all I remember. Anything else you want to know about the ghosts?
No, that'll do for now.
Well, if you do find one, put it back in the ground. That's when you'll get your money. Is there anything else?
No, let's go. We can come back here later, can't we? Heal up a bit. Find that guy's wife. Or was his sister? I think it was his wife. Can't even remember. Terrible memory for this stuff. Come from there, haven't we? Let's go over here. Charm gem.
I greet you, my lady. I wonder if you might have some silver to spare.
Clothes are expensive and you speak like a noble.
I come from a very wealthy family. As such, I have a certain lifestyle to maintain. Parties, female admirers, lots of wine. You understand.
Doesn't explain why you're begging.
I have to have an income, don't I? My father looked at my considerable expenses and told me to get my own silver.
You turn to begging.
Of course. I am a noble. The shame of manual labor or the stink of trade must not be allowed to touch me, or even waft its way close to me.
You think that's rather pathetic?
Not at all. Very simply, you have it, I want it. I am behaving in a very rational, civilized manner by politely asking.
Suppose so.
I read all the greatest philosophers and consulted with wise men before reaching this decision. I assure you the philosophical underpinnings are quite sound. Wisdom is only gained by experience, wine, women, and song, as it were. But a life of revel with no reflection still does not lead to true wisdom. One must ponder, one must daydream. Even if I could bear the shame of sullying my hands with work, when would I think? How could I grow wise?
So you're begging in order to pay for drunken debauchery, all in service of becoming truly wise.
Well, it loses some of the subtlety when you put it that way, but yes.
Here's a silver piece.
I thank you. It's not easy for one such as I. I have it far more difficult than the impoverished beggars of this city.
I'm sure you do.
Farewell.
At least he's gone now. Small price to pay.
Your parentage is below average, and your ancestry is of questionable worth. You dress yourself in the manner of a common laborer. Nobody's paying any attention.
Keep trying, just as I instructed.
Your physique seems exceptional. Clearly you are a peasant. A noble could afford sloth.
What's going on here? Answer me.
Your breath is like the wind of an ox. Your last meal was of suspect quality.
Just ask for an explanation. Justify yourself or take offense.
Your beliefs are superficial, and your culture is substandard.
There's no point to insults. Defend your claims or cease this instant.
You are right to demand an explanation. Forgive my servant. I instructed him to find someone not distracted by mere insults, someone who would command respect. Your demand for justification of his arguments was admirable. You are exactly what we need.
Need for what? Explain yourself.
An outlander strolled into the city several days ago and now sits like a cormorant taking what he wants from the river of our hospitality. He balks at our attempts to calm him and answers requests for payment with strange coins of questionable value. He needs to go.
This city hosts many visitors. Why is he so different?
The Outlander is not a dignitary or traveling merchant. He is a parody of civilized behavior. He spews insults at the Emperor himself. So far, he has escaped the notice of any higher officials. Perhaps he was mistaken for an actor in a troupe. But that will not last. If he is reported, the Lotus Assassins will take notice. They'll want to know if he was harbored or his offense was encouraged. Guilt by association is enough for them.
Perhaps I can reason with him.
That's what's so infuriating. He doesn't respond to reason. He proposes challenges we don't understand and then declares himself the winner. Several of our brightest have faced him, but as soon as they get the better of him, he sets off his strange firework and says they are beaten. Normally, the peasants like it when we intellectuals are maligned, but they tire of his presence too. Getting rid of this nuisance will endear you to many.
I'll teach him not to mock our culture.
I hope your ability matches your conviction. Several others have fallen short, despite their outrage at his antics. He is in the Scholar's Garden, and no amount of opposition has moved him. Please, I hope you will prove to be a worthy opponent.
Give it a go. Scroll over here. Cast 17 silver. Not fantastic, but it's better than nothing, isn't it? Also, go there in a minute.
This place reminds me of expensive wine. Lots of flavor, but no kick.
Let's go. Scholar's Garden. There we go.
I didn't expect you in your strange training to make it to the Imperial City. You are proving to be a very interesting person.
Thanks.
I should have seen it coming. I suspect that we share a similar strength.
Who are you now?
As the Heavenly Lily, I am above suspicion, but I am restrained by fawning servants. Silk Fox can go anywhere, and people are not shy about their reactions. There is a thrill, of course, and it allows me to find information useful to us both. Death's Hand brought your Master Li to the palace a few days ago. I saw the flyer. He was bound in chains. He must be powerful, or you are. There was something familiar about him as well.
They rightfully fear him.
Why would you say that? Is that what he told you? I'm sorry, but I simply cannot believe that your Master Li is the glorious strategist.
Doesn't matter what you believe, I know it, and that's enough.
Sun Li died 20 years ago. Everyone was told that he and Prince Qin, the third brother, fell defending the Empire. Now, it seems they may have been traitors. I discovered this looking through records for information on Death's Hand. Perhaps he tried to influence Sun Li and Sun Qin before corrupting my father. But it doesn't matter who your master is. I could take you to the palace, but Death's Hand controls what my father hears. He must be discredited for you to succeed.
What do I need to do?
Death's Hand has almost total control over my father. We must find conclusive evidence of his crimes and reveal his corruption. And I know how. Construction on the wall has stopped for the first time in generations. The workers now toil in factories building powerful creatures of stone and clay called golems. Death's Hand could use these automatons to seize the Empire, and my father is oblivious. We must infiltrate the Lotus Assassins and find evidence of this treachery.
Okay, how can I infiltrate them?
We need proof of Death's Hand's intent from the seat of his power, the Lotus Assassin Fortress. It would be impossible to assault, so just walk in. They are recruiting.
fought lots of them. Would I not be spotted?
Have any Lotus assassins who saw your face live to report back? I doubt it. They will not recognize you as the person who fought them in Tian's Landing. They have a vague description full of guesswork that has guards holding people at random. Besides, they expect an attack, not someone trying to catch their eye. I would wager that you may profit from their tasks too. Can you see the beauty in using their own methods of recruitment to fight them? I think they deserve it.
How can this be done?
There are guilds within the Lotus Assassins. Executioners look for fearsome warriors. Inquisitors are more subversive, and they look for cunning in their agents. If you prove yourself in the arena, they will notice you. My people can spread rumors of your interest. The Executioner will take a real interest when you finish the silver round. Or if you prefer, the Inquisitor recruiter is also seeking new people. He might be open to persuasion.
You know a lot about them.
Death's Hand rules over the Lotus Assassins, so I take special interest in their activities. I've had most of my life to ask questions. You suspect my motives? You have no reason to doubt me. If I wanted the Lotus Assassins to find you, I could simply tell them your name.
True. Let's see if we can do the arena.
Yes, I will have my people spread rumors of your interest. Once you pass the silver round, the Executioner will take an interest. I'm sure he will find you as impressive as I do. Or, if you prefer, court the Inquisitor. Ask Scholar Dongao in the Scholar's Garden about him. I hear Dongao is closer to the assassins than he should be. Unless you want me with you, I will wait at your flying machine. You travel with such interesting peasants. I'm sure I'll be entertained for hours.
Yeah, come with me now.
A wise preference. No offense intended to your amusing companions.
Another follower? How many more are we going to get? 3 more. Okay. Right. Anything around here we can take? And oh, level up straight away. That's good.
Well, look who we have here. There's no princess to save you this time.
Do you think we'd forget? You can't humiliate us and just walk away.
Don't look at me. I can't do anything right now. Not like this.
We'll teach you to insult a guard of the Imperial City.
Direfully.
Let's get our sword out. There we go. Click this. And this. And let's level up before we have any more fights. Get a little bit more health and a bit more spirit. 14 points. Let's level up the fire a bit more. Lower cost and more damage. And duration as well. Okay. Let's hit that. Let's save one more time as well.
Welcome, friend. The lecture won't be starting for a little while, though your enthusiasm is appreciated. I wouldn't worry about seating. Those interfering philosophers had made sure that very few people will be attending the lecture.
Where's the recruiter?
What? That's quite a question. I'm not sure who told you, but I'd appreciate it if you would keep your voice down when asking those kinds of questions. Nobody here suspects me to be anything but an overzealous scholar, and I'd like to keep it that way. So you want to know about the recruiter?
Yes.
You have a flying machine, do you not? Yes, I know about that. Go back to the landing area and someone will meet you there.
Okay. I don't know, this isn't a trap.
If the Lotus Assassins wanted you dead, your life would be over before you even knew you were in danger.
Tell the recruiter I'll be there.
He already knows, I'm sure. Now go, and I will not speak to you about this any further.
Your course is set. The Inquisitor will be waiting at your camp. Appease him, and you'll be on the road to appeasing me.
Good for that. Right, that's it down here.
The teachings of Sagacious Tien are available to anyone.
Another scroll. What's the books? Here he is.
As amusing as your savage dances are, once again I have proven the superiority of setting your nose to the grindstone and not mucking about.
Generous visitor, if our customs are so displeasing to you, perhaps you should find lodging elsewhere?
And leave you lot to your primitive ways? Tell them what I think of that, Squire Percival.
Sir Roderick Ponce von Fontelbottom, the magnificent bastard, will do no such thing. He means to educate you all.
Good lad. Found him wading in the mud, planting weeds. You can't keep your crackers crisp doing that. Can't help you if you don't know the horror of a soggy biscuit. I've given him dignity, and unless one of you has the will to deny that I'm your better, I suggest you start learning. We'll have you in proper trousers by the morrow.
Sir, your arrogance is astounding.
What's that? Someone stepping to the fore? Let's have a look at you. A woman? My dear, not sure what topsy cradle you fell from, but in my country a lady knows her place, unless she's queen. The simple truth is that I have bested every one of you who has come forward, whether in tests of wit or combat. You faced a champion of king and country. Now, I didn't ask to land here, but if a storm is going to cast my ship into the very heart of such a dark empire, I'll bring the light of knowledge wherever I can.
What kind?
You must hunger for guidance. You're like children. I mean, only a handful of you can even grow a decent moustache. What kind of place is this?
You blind yourself with prejudice.
Can you now? Shall we put that to a test? I welcome the chance that you might impress me with a glimmer of intelligent insight. But I will acknowledge that I am likely to disagree just because I know you are, lacking. We will need educated men to judge the merits of our arguments.
What kind of contest are you looking for?
I've gone to great pains to learn your barbaric tongue, only to find that none of you has much to say. Can you convince me otherwise? I've heard a distinct lack of couplets and quatrains, to say nothing of pentameters. Is it any wonder you people live as you do? I charge you with defending the heart of your people. If a group of judges determines that you have adequately done so, I will declare you the winner.
Very well.
Whoever you wish. These five, standing here. I'm sure there will be a balance of opinion. The test must be fair. Go on, talk to them all to prove I haven't coerced them. We'll begin the debate when you're ready. Then we'll see how you fare in combat. Doubt you'll do very well. Like the rest, you're all just too damn skinny.
I heard you accept the Outlander's challenge. I'm grateful you have seen fit to defend us all. I would be honored to sit in judgment of the debate. Several of my fellow scholars have also volunteered.
I trust you'll judge fairly.
To do otherwise would only help the Outlander win in the long run. If he wants a true debate, we will allow it to progress fairly. Of course, I doubt his arguments will have the weight that he expects. Not here in the heart of the Jade Empire.
What kind of arguments do you favour?
I am ill-equipped to see my own faults, but I, like my fellow scholars, am adept at exploiting the weaknesses of others. Scholars Heng and Zhao are easily swayed with simple facts. Cite such details and they are certain to change their opinion either for or against.
What strategy should I take?
The best course is to appeal to the individual preferences of the judges. We are theoretical thinkers, really. It is not so much the subject, but the tactic that triggers reaction. Each judge will respond only to argument styles they favor. If a judge likes fact, use it once and he will join your side. Use it again and he will switch back just to further debate. Other arguments may not interest him at all.
Okay.
I wish you
Give this
luck.
a go.
I look forward to your defense of the Empire.
Quick save in. Let's chat to Sir Roderick.
Well, ready to set the ponies in motion, are we? Let's declare some rules and get to it. You don't mind if I make this interesting, do you?
Not at all. Whatever you said.
Good. Don't want to set you off your game, but I thought we should ensure that the process was more entertaining than a simple checklist of virtue. It will be a simple matter. 5 judges, 6 topics. I'll pose my argument about why your foolish land stumbles like a child, and you try to answer. The judges will raise their arms to indicate whom they favor. Arms up for you, arms down for me. After 6 topics, if you have a majority, you are the winner.
Okay.
By the Queen's corset, if you get them all on your side at any time, I'll declare the match over. Now, shall we proceed?
I shall endeavour to enlighten you.
I will pull no punches, and I expect no mercy on your part. Let's see which of us is truly superior. Well, what shall be my first point of contention? I know, the most basic of concerns for a culture, the currency of its economy. What manner of society would use the silver coin as the basis of trade? Gold is clearly superior, which you admit by using it for important statuary. Your understanding of what determines value is flawed. Your rebuttal?
Let's do this one.
Well, you are clearly in the minority, but I can spare no quarter. To the next topic.
That's 2 of them at least.
I call attention to the arrogance of your empire. You simply assume that all lands outside your borders are the domain of barbarians and monsters. How could you truly know they are uncivilized until you've proven it by conquest? Crush them beneath your heel. You sit here thinking while far-off lands yearn for direction, not unlike what I am attempting with you.
How about this one? We know outsiders are uncivilized. Look at you.
Well, a majority on your side, but the debate is not over yet.
One more.
Any decently civilized people would have developed a proper array of personal sidearms by now, like old Mirabelle here.
Coward's trinket.
What? My
There we go.
monocle must be fond. I can't see anyone in my favor.
It appears they've reached a consensus against you, Sir Roderick.
Good.
Clearly these people are incapable of fairly comparing one of their own to an outsider. This is a farce.
You decided the rules.
Then perhaps it was my mistake to think you would be open to anything other than your own backwards ideals. Pah! I seek satisfaction. You have bested me in debate, but true honor is decided on the dueling field.
You're armed with explosives. That's hardly fair.
Huh, do you shrink from the challenge? This is how true leaders of the battlefield fight. Rise up or step aside.
I'll meet you in combat
The
then.
entry hall here has walls to be up against, corners to be backed into, and floor enough on which to be down but not out. Whatever your metaphor, I'll beat it.
Okay.
Return to me when you are ready, and we will walk there together, just to ensure that no one gets lost or suffers an accident that would prevent a fair fight. Frankly, I don't know what you people are capable of.
I'm ready now.
What?
Let's begin.
Good! Let's get this over with so I can return to schooling the rest of your fellows. I envy you. You are about to experience for the first time the skill that has forged an empire and traveled the world. There will be pain as well, but I imagine it will be almost worth it.
Okay. There we go. Poor John Cleese.
That was a fine display
No,
of
he's not dead.
skill.
That's good.
Yes, old boy, you've got it right. I was really sat down, I believe. Like the fall of the old bridge across the Grand. My humours are in disarray, I tell you. I supposed I should have seen it coming. Your win in the debate was a sure sign. I do believe I have underestimated the lot of you. Regardless, you have beaten me. That's a point of honour I cannot deny.
It's not your day.
Well, there's no other thing for it. Intended or not, you've earned a reward from me. The unsuccessful combatant in a duel must arrange a worthy gift for the victor. I wouldn't be much of an ambassador for my country if I didn't abide by its customs. The Duchess of Almsbottom's rules of engagement are quite clear on this matter.
What do we want? You want the weapon?
Mirabelle
Yeah.
is yours. Treat her well. She's a finicky lady. Right, Basil, off my travelling trousers. We will darken this garden no more.
Got Mirabelle. Excellent. Heal up a bit. And where do we want to go next? Fill up our spirit. Head back this way. Oops. Let's get our focus as well. Down here. Go in here. No. Maybe not. Turn this way then. Who's this guy?
I could find a way to put things. Oh, hello. I'm sorry, I was just muttering to myself. I'm in some trouble and... Wait! You could help me! You're clearly not from around the Imperial City, and I need someone's help most desperately. Someone unaffected by the politics of this place.
What can I do to help?
Well, you see, there's been a mix-up. No, an error. Oh, who am I kidding? Some bastard has changed my play!
Oh, no.
I am Incisive Chorus, the playwright. I'm sure you've heard of me. And if not, you have now, I suppose. One of my productions has been touring the countryside and catching people's attention. We were asked to bring it into the city and perform here in the Golden Way.
Sounds positive so far. What's
The
the
play
problem?
must go on, but not as they want it. The play's been changed, you see. One very key piece of the play has been rewritten.
Worried they're corrupting your art, are you?
Once you change this scene, you change the very soul of the production. It's hardly my play at all if they perform it their way. They've changed it from a commentary of man's inhumanity to man to a satire of the Empire. I tell you truthfully that they've lost the whole point of the piece.
That's terrible.
A like-minded island amidst a sea of dolts. Oh dear, that was a poor metaphor. The point stands, regardless. I'm certain the Lotus assassins would blame me for the satire. Of course I would pay you. In fact, I'd match... well, this is odd.
What's odd?
It's just that there's no going rate for female actors or whatever you'd be called. It's unheard of.
There's none in the entire
Of course
city.
there are, though I'm not supposed to know it. The entire establishment turns a blind eye to them. They deserve that much respect. I hear the bosom binding, pant stuffing, and whatnot is a far cry from comfortable.
I'm sure it is.
The irony is that no one is cast as female roles. Fresh faces, you see, leaving us with a woman playing a woman through 4 layers of costume. Most unsightly. I myself have pushed long and hard for realism. Verisimilitude is the word they're throwing out these days. And what better way to avoid all that unnecessary shirt stuffing? Alas, tradition often becomes a barrier blackened by short-sightedness that is not easily overcome.
Maybe it's time we tore down some of these traditions.
I need that fire and that passion. That's what I need. I will gladly offer you the going rate for a leading man, just for a walk-on part. I need you to take a role in the play and read the role the original way. You
We
have
can
a
do
most
that.
regal bearing, so I'd expect you'd have no major problems at any rate acting the role of Lady 14 Flowers. If you talk to first-degree thespian Fawn up by the pagoda, tell him you're the replacement actor. He'll be desperate, so all you'll have to do is read the proper lines.
I'll do it.
Here's a copy of the original script for your scene. Pivotal, I assure you. This copy reads properly, not like that edited pile of dung. Hurry over to the large pagoda overlooking the Golden Way and tell Fong that you're the replacement. They won't wait forever, so step quickly to it. Remember, you'll have to memorize your lines. No script on stage, of course. Also, make sure you read from this script. Now, good. No, you're about to perform, so I shan't jinx it. Get to it.
Okay. Where's the pagoda? Up here, wasn't it? I think. Somewhere. So we got that. Up here. There it is.
Excuse me. You're in my way, and I'm trying to keep an eye out for our replacement actor.
I am the replacement actor.
You? You're the replacement? By the starry river. That is the best makeup job I've ever seen. We'll barely have to touch you up to play Lady 14 Flowers. And let me just say, your costume makes everything look very, authentic. Yes, well, good job.
Thank you.
Did they give you a copy of the script when they sent you over here?
Yep.
Let me see that. No. This is all wrong. They sent you with the old script. Bloody Actors Guild is staffing itself with water buffaloes, I tell you. Here, have it back. The script's recently been revised. So even if you're familiar with the old version, read it again for the changes before you head on stage.
Who revised the script?
Well, a southern noble funded the location and travel for us, but wanted to make a few tweaks. We couldn't afford to miss the exposure. Our writer wasn't that happy, but we accepted the revisions, and here we are. I'm sure your Actors Guild told you that we have standard rates. We'll happily pay you the going rate for a lead, especially since this is short notice. Ruin your scene and you get nothing, just like normal. Understand?
I've got it.
Just get at least half the lines correct and the crowd will figure out what's happening. Any less than that, and it becomes one of those obscure plays no one likes. Now, read that script over. Come talk to me when you've got it, and we'll get you into final costume and onto the stage.
Okay. Let's read the script. Where's it gonna be? Items, here we go. Original script. Okay. Blah blah blah. Shooting star. Book scroll. Okay. Exit that. Cloak. Six lines, can we remember that? Read the notes for the first half of the scene. First line. Banners flying, okay. Okay, dusk of night. Oops. Third line. Second half. Fourth line. The heavens reaching out. Emperor Jan. Seasons change, okay. Fifth line. It return to. And last line. Okay, need to stand alone. Let's have a go at that. Probably forget it all, but that's right.
Have you read the script? Do you feel one with Lady 14 Flowers yet?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
That's the spirit.
Without having to read it again.
Into the back and costumed up, Lady 14 Flowers.
Watch closely. We shall see if the informant was accurate.
Imagine condemning the Jade Empire at its heart. The fools.
All of heaven's blessings guide him, but sagacious Tien has been absent from the palace for such a time. His conquests of the northern kingdoms have kept his light from us.
Hey.
All
wonderful stuff.
Kingdoms have seen the light of his rule, and our emperor's advisors grow in number. The arable lands to the south, all the way to the
I've already forgotten everything I was going to say.
which were left as nothing for the Monkey King, are fused into the mighty Jade Empire. To the east, sagacious Tien has spread his light to the very waters themselves, and lo, to the west he found enlightenment among the hills of the 6 holy scrolls. But what word from the wastes of the Horse Lords? Aha! What is this? Why, 'tis Lady 14 Flowers. We can only hope she brings word. My dearest Lady 14 Flowers, under what banner does your entourage travel today?
White banners, I think. Yeah.
Peace in the north? Could this be? Have all the Horse Lords been subjugated so easily? Heaven smiles upon the Empire today. Your arrival here is certainly welcome, as your kingdom is one of the most recent to join the Jade Empire. We have had word that the hostilities have ceased. Tell me, most gracious lady, when was this momentous decision reached?
I don't remember what it was now. This one?
A most interesting time for such a decision.
Can't remember if that was
Very
right or not.
well, as my lady would have it. Regardless of the decision's timing, I'm sure our exalted leader acted upon his mind when the day faded to night. He would think upon things for the day. And tell me, most gracious madam, when the final blow was struck, where was our noble leader? Deep in the wastes of the north?
Really can't remember what I was meant to click. Let's go for this one.
Raking sand, you say? Ah, I see you are speaking in metaphors. For surely, The Emperor must have been surveying the cold plains he had just conquered in the name of enlightenment. There's been nothing but the gentle drafts of spring here in the Imperial City for weeks. With such a chill in the air, was this some time ago?
Yes.
Well, I suppose it would have to have been, in order to account for my lady's passage south.
Crowd's turning.
Indeed, I suspect that the true story lies in how far north the Emperor's reach has spread. It seems to me that some part of your story remains untold. Do my questions block the truth? Tell me this, if nothing else, good lady. When the cry for peace rose up, who was it that our great Emperor turned to?
He was alone.
Alone? This is insufferable. Where were his guards? Wait. What word is this from the front? The Emperor sends word of his return. The Horse Lords are unconquered, but our forces were undefeatable. What happened to cease the expansion of the Empire, dear lady?
Shooting star.
A celestial event. Most auspicious.
I remember that in the book, but I can't remember what it was for.
So, our most noble Emperor saw a sign from the heavens. Our mighty armies poised to crush the Horse Lords and stretch the Empire to the ends of the earth. But we stopped. For now, even I see that there are limits to ambition, and overreaching those limits invites nothing but disaster. All praise the Emperor, for his wisdom is infinite. My lady, you have my deepest thanks for bringing this news to us. I shall inform the court immediately.
Well, I think we buggered that up quite a bit, but that's okay.
What in the dragon's eye was that? I saw no treason there. The informant will suffer for a lifetime.
We didn't do too bad.
There, Lady 14 Flower. That had to be the worst performance since effective Pathos tried to complete his role in Tale of the Singing Reed after taking a sandbag to the head. How could you have botched such a well-known piece of history? Do you know nothing of our glorious past?
No, sorry.
Begone, hack, charlatan, prevaricator, get out of my sight. I'll be lucky if the director doesn't fling me into the river. I must go try to calm him.
Okay. Right. After failing at being an actress, I'm going to call it there for today. I'll pop back a bit later tonight or tomorrow maybe. Thanks for watching and see you later.
This world is out of balance. Spirits grow restless.
I am reborn again and again. I am the will of the Emperor. I am death's